Yeah.
Okay. So everything in theory should be good. And I can put up the Bandemic artwork.
What are you going to play something? To
YouTube? Yeah, I can play something. YouTube should be live. Are you seeing us there, Billy? In the yep. YouTube's live.
Yeah, what's up, YouTube? Say hi to YouTube.
What's up?
All right. Well, should I play Bitter Reel again since we have so little time?
Sure.
Okay. So we'll play a tune. At the end of the tune, we're coming in.
We'll be live. Yeah.
Great.
Thanks again, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
That's weird.
Hey, you're gonna choose that bottle right here.
I think we're gonna
I've already
play
smoked a
Bitter
little
Reel.
bit, so. But I rolled another one.
It's a pandemic.
Yay, what's up? Hey. It's a
Howdy.
It's a
What's
pandemic.
up? I want to say hi to our good friends, Ani and Peter. It's Ani, right? Is that right? Yeah?
Or Annie, either way.
Annie? No, what do you prefer, Annie? It's got to be Annie.
She's not a DeFranco or anything.
I mean, my mom calls me Annie, so that's usually what I go by, but I like Ani. So, you know.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. We'll back and forth. From Hot Damn Scandal out in, where are you guys in Washington?
Yep. We're
Bellingham.
in Bellingham, just about an hour and a half north of Seattle. About a half an hour south of Canada.
Nice.
Okay. Wow.
Nice. How you guys holding up out there?
It's been all right.
Yeah, we're fine.
Annie's got a garden going. We're making sourdough bubbles today. So,
Yeah.
standard pandemic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. My wife's actually over there working on our garden right now.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and we learned to make bagels. So yeah.
So is sourdough a new thing for you guys? Because we've been making sourdough here, but it's only 3 months old for us. I mean, in terms of
we
our,
just picked it up about a month ago or less.
yeah.
Yeah. We just went over to a friend's house for like a backyard cocktail hour. And by the end of it, we had a sourdough starter.
Right.
So,
Oh my God.
I've
nice.
been trying to find a good starter. Nobody I know has a starter. I'd really like
that's
all you
if
need.
we can mail you some, we will. I don't know if it'll.
I don't know how that journey will be. Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
great.
So, Emily and Mike have actually met you guys and seen you a few times. You've come through, how many times have you come through New Hampshire or New England?
Oh man, it's. I mean, it depends on what iteration of the band you're talking about. Because
Twice recently.
Yeah, because I knew that.
Yeah, we saw you guys real recent.
first time I ever saw Hot Damn Scandal was '08 at Harry's Hill in Maine.
Oh, at Harry's Hill?
Yeah, that That was. is actually- I doubt that was '08. That was probably '09. Was it '08 or '09? It was probably '09 because '08 was the first summer I ever was out wandering, doing the hobo thing, and I don't think I ever made it up to Maine that year. I think. And Hot Damn Scandal didn't exist until the end of that summer, until that fall, really.
Maybe
So,
it was 2011.
It would have been the next year.
Possibly 2011. 2011, possibly.
That might have been it. That would be more likely.
I know there was a guy. Your bass player was wearing a dress or a muumuu at the time.
Yeah, that was our good old friend Captain Kittens.
Yeah. I believe you were a 3-piece at the time.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep. That was an interesting time. There's a yeah.
Hey, I fell in love, so I mean, you know.
Hey, I guess it worked then. I always look back on those years and I'm like, that was a lot of fun, and the songs were good, but man, we were not a practiced band. There was no even vague semblance of arrangement going on with what was happening.
That's what I like about like your new material and the band and everything. Seeing you back then and then now, and getting to be able to see the progress is like, tip of the hat to you guys. You guys are great.
That kind of happens, I think, especially when there are certain people that are driving the boat. There are some people who'll just, stick to the one thing instead of growing and realizing, wow, this matters to me a little more than just, having a few whiskeys and strumming on the banjo, And
Yeah.
you're like, I want to tell a story. Oh, shit, that's a song. Right. Okay. And then the band finally, I think when you get sort of a certain group together, everything just kind of clicks. And, if people do their job, amazing magic happens,
Yeah, we have a very good lineup right now.
You guys sound great.
Thanks.
Yeah. What was your last gig? Like
the last gig that we played was
it Guimas Island? Was that our last one?
Was it Guimas Island? I feel like there was another one.
No, it was on the 7th. Well, I mean, we played a gig at an empty bar on the 27th of March after the shutdown had happened.
It's my birthday.
But
hey, happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Well, we played one on the 19th.
So you played Billy's birthday party just without Billy there, because Billy couldn't have been there anyway.
I couldn't have been there.
Right.
I think Annie
Nobody was there for Billy's birthday.
It's true.
We had a gig booked at the Firefly, which is our local venue that we really like to go to. They're actually shutting down, which is sad. But anyway, we had a gig booked there on the 19th of March, and we were planning. I was talking to people, and I was like, "We're just going to do this gig, whatever." And then, the governor's shutdown order came in like a few days before, and we're like, "Well, I will still want to do the gig. We just won't do it with an audience." So we set it all up there, and we did a live stream out of the venue, and it felt like a real live gig, which was fun. I mean, no audience, but like, the band was there, and we were pouring beers, and like it was a lot of good times. And, but it definitely wasn't, audience gig. I think Annie might be right. The last one we had with an audience was out on Guimas Island, which is a little spot.
Like a country store, but they pull some tables out of the way and make.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's a really.
The island has ferries that go out. The last one was back at like 10 at night, and the first one that goes out is like 7 a.m, and there's maybe like 7 people who live on the island. Probably a few more than that.
There's
but,
more than.
Maybe like 9.
There's like 10.
There's probably like people that live on the island.
Yeah.
But there is one store, there is one hotel, which the store and the hotel are owned by the same people, but they're on opposite ends of the island. So that we're like driving in the middle of the night to go stay in this little hotel.
Right.
It's gorgeous. It's
awesome.
Amazing. So that was kind of fun to have that as our last show, but we miss playing shows.
Oh man, like
oh yeah, same.
Yeah, we haven't played together since was it
Since my birthday.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was after this. It was end
February.
End of February.
Wow.
Yeah. And we had a lot of good gigs lined up.
We had a shit ton.
A lot of good gigs lined up. And then
new record and
new record, release show.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
We had a tour booked all around all across the bottom of the country, and then all over the East Coast. We were actually going to be out in your neighborhood for quite a
man.
bit.
I think we've been trying to link up with Mickey. We were in talks with Mickey pretty often every time you guys are on the way out here, and just never ends up.
We were actually going to be touring with the Detroni brothers. That was going to be our Patriots on the move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
The way she goes.
next year, I suppose, or whenever.
Yeah, next
we
summer.
Had this song that we wrote a song that's going to be coming out on the Best Intentions album that me and Annie put together. But that's it's called "When the World Stops Ending," which has been our go-to phrase for whenever when we start doing all that again.
I love that.
Yeah. Consider that
Yeah, by
East
the way,
Coast
we
is
have
stealing
a side
that.
project. We have a side project called The Best Intentions that's like mostly just the two of us.
Right.
We are in the process of putting out an album. I mean, we just finished tracking, so there's a lot of process to do, but hopefully this summer we'll have that out.
That's exciting.
It's not that much to do. It's just a little mixing, send it up to the masters, and go to production. Like the tracking.
Yeah,
is a big
that
part.
shit takes time. That's just a lot
It
of
does. But
Costs money.
luckily, the guy that we're working with is a wizard with the mixing. He's just he's super quick.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded 2 records with this our only 2 records with this guy, and he's just the same. He's just a whiz, and it's got a great facility.
Helps.
It makes a huge difference to just have no friction, right? And be able to play and create and experiment without it like being like, all right, I need like 4 hours. You guys just go chill and come back.
We gotta dial in the banjo, man. Like we gotta,
Everybody out.
Yeah, the guy we're working with is really good at like hearing our ideas and like figuring out how to make sense of them, which is really good.
Yeah.
Like one of the songs we're working on right now is it's actually a cover of a friend of ours who's down in Eugene, but we decided to make the saw solo be like a wolf pack. So there's like 17 different saw takes of this one solo section, and we're just like in between the good ones, back and forth, and like so it just sounds like they're calling to each other. That's insane. It's super rad. But like we brought this idea to our engineer, and he's just like, okay.
All right, something I've never done.
And it's
Here we go. Let's try it.
It's like a whole.
Well, that's like we did a song where we had dogs barking at the end of it, and the guy who ran the studio got his dogs to come out and bark for us and recorded it.
Yeah,
it was fucking great.
R.I.P. Mr. Diggs.
Aww.
My favorite little studio magic thing we ever did was in the recording of Strange Tongues, which is Hot Damn Scandal's first full length, though some people may tell you that's a lie, but I will whatever. The first full length.
It's confirmed.
The one before that you might have picked up in Harry Brown's Hill. We don't talk about that album. But anyway, the first full length is Strange Tongues, and at one point in the we have a track it's a secret track on the album. And it's it's a story. It's an origin story that I wrote about the mythological beginnings of the band, and we have all this weird background noise happening for it. But there's this one spot in the song where there's this little sound like a flap 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 as the character in the story steals the moon and runs away. But the reason that we have that sound in there is because the place we were recording it, the studio grounds, they had ducks and a duck pond out there. And one day we were listening to the ducks walk around, and we were like, there's such a weird sound when the ducks are walking on concrete,
right?
Like with their feet flapping. And we were like, I wonder if we can get the sound of them with their feet flapping without them quacking around, And so what we did was we set up a microphone and pointed it at the ground near where the ducks were. And then me and the engineer were standing across from each other, holding beers in each hand and just throwing bread at each other's feet to get the ducks to run back and forth in front of the microphone.
That's outstanding.
That was exactly the moment when the writer for the local music magazine, What's That Magazine, came up the path to come and interview us about the album we were making.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, what's going on? Did somebody get video of this like duck parade?
No, sadly. There was no video of the moment, but it was a magical moment.
That's a magical moment. Yeah, for sure.
That's a little Easter egg. I love that.
That's awesome.
Let's play one of your songs. Why don't we do
that?
Yeah.
So which one are we playing first?
I don't care.
I don't know. That's up to you.
What do you got?
Well, you sent us two.
I gave them Bare Bones and Rain Comes Down.
Correct. Let's do Bare Bones first. Let's see if Rain Comes Down. Rain Comes Down is a little more final.
Do you want to say anything about it before we just dive in? Sorry. Go ahead.
We recorded this video in
Greenfield,
Massachusetts, in an old bank.
Right outside of Hawks and Reed.
Yeah.
We were playing at the what's the name of the underground venue there? The Wheelhouse?
The Wheelhouse or
something?
Stage House or
something. We were playing there, and then afterwards the owner of the venue was like, I've got the access to this old bank across the street. I got the keys. Let's go in there. And so we popped in there. It's got these wacky acoustics, and our trombone player just started playing box cello suites on the trombone and letting it all reverb. It was really nice. Yeah. But then we recorded this song in just one take, one shot. He had this little camera steadier thing, moved around, and it turned out real nice. So we've been using it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Bare Bones.
Bare Bones.
That's awesome. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you have it.
So cool.
It's badass.
That must have been a blast to shoot.
It was.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is that the whole process of shooting that video, from like the moment that dude was like, "Hey, I want to shoot this video," until the moment that we were watching the video was like 20 minutes.
Of course. One.
And then we watched it at the end. So like he was doing some work in between.
I guess so. But like from the moment that he was like, "Hey, I want to watch this video," to the moment that we were like, "What?" We did like.
It was done.
It was done.
Yeah.
From our end. It was like,
Can we do it again?
Yeah, I wish all the videos were that easy to make.
Yeah.
Right? Well, you
So many
know,
more.
I've always had to work with what I had at my disposal, and it's not, you know, you can have the best gear in the world. It's really about content and genuine work, you know. No matter where you play, whether you play it on just a guitar or you're just singing it, if it moves people, so what? You know, you got it on a phone, it looks fucking believable because it's good work. So cheers to you guys for that. You know, some good shit, definitely. So you have your side
zip tying
project.
beer cans together?
Yeah, don't pay no attention to that.
Our dog has an obsession with water bottles.
We have like
that's true.
He's trying to chew them in front of our microphone.
Yeah, he's going crazy right now. He's been taking them away and he keeps coming back and taking them.
I come over there with like Gatorade bottles, and before I'm even finished with the fucking thing, he's
we have like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Gatorade bottles right here.
We have outside ones, we have inside ones.
You know, Mike, you could have wore a shirt or something. You know,
you're just now saying something, Billy.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass you, but I did really.
I changed my mind.
It's
really hot.
It's fucking sticky in Massachusetts right now.
I have a fan on me on the porch. So,
Sticky everywhere, right? Well, at least in the Northeast here. Yeah.
We don't have any.
Yeah, it's like a lovely overcast late high 60s over here. It's great.
Yeah, it's 90s. We're in a heat wave.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we'll take it. Look, it's fine, but it'll last another 3 days, and then it'll rain, and it'll be cool and 70 and dry, and that's how New England works. And then it'll build up and be hot for a few days again, and then it'll chill out. So
you're forgetting last summer, Dave. You have completely forgotten last summer, where it was like 100 degrees every day for like a month.
That's true.
That happened.
That did happen. That's true. Some other things have happened between then and now that have kind of made me sort of gloss over, the weather being not exactly as I would prefer it to be.
I don't prefer pandemics.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. I mean, but that's just nitpicking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it? Maybe not.
None of us can help it, so.
Yeah.
So
you guys have a side project, Best Intentions, right?
Yes, indeed.
Do you have any? Are you guys eyeing anything for the future with Hot Damn Scandal and Best Intentions or anything?
So we have a couple of things on the horizon. We have a Best Intentions, our first actual gig with a potential audience in the flesh will be as the Best Intentions on the last day of July. It's going to be easier because it's just the two of us, so it's easier to keep the proper thing going on, and it's going to be an outdoor thing at the apple farm that goes on. But so that's coming up. Hot Damn Scandal has a couple of weddings that we've been asked to play, and the biggest thing for both of us is that the festival that goes on close to around here there's this great festival. It's called the Subdued String Band Jamboree, and he's actually the artistic director for them.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's my favorite festival of all time. It's just the best thing. It's the best thing ever. And waving my hands around here, always the best thing.
Right.
But they of course are not going to be doing a live festival version of it because in Washington, all live festivals are off the table for the summer.
With audiences.
So
we're in the process of figuring out how to go virtual with it, which is, as I'm sure you're aware, a really weird and complicated process.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're like looking for a venue that has strong internet connection so that we can like build our stages and like we want to like actually stage the event. And then depending on what phase of reopening we're in, we might be able to have like a very small audience, but it seems unlikely seeing the way things are going right now.
Whatever the case is, it's going to be a really well-produced show that's going to come out with a lot of really good moments afterwards. It's also going to be live streamed, so it's not just going to be people in the Northwest who can watch it. So we'll send a link. It's called the Subdued String Band Jamboree. For anybody who's out there watching right now, if you just look that up, Subdued String Band Jamboree. But that's kind of the biggest thing on the performance horizon. I don't know when our next recording or video or whatever is going to come up. We've been throwing around the idea of a Hot Damn Scandal music video in our good friend's place. He built this place out at the local circus
commune.
He built this beautiful like black metal sanctuary where it's just covered in roots and skulls and everything. We've been throwing the idea around of trying to shoot a music video there, but we haven't really taken any strong steps towards that. Though we probably should. That's a great thing to get back on.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so maybe we'll have another video coming out like by fall. I don't know.
Yeah.
That seems like a super ambitious goal.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it all out too, because we got all this new music and we want to make videos, and
totally
really limiting, what we can do. So we're kind of creating stuff from, Emily created something just to have content with her old cell phone videos.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah,
just something, and it's out there.
Yep.
I mean, it was basically like home footage kind of like video, because the song's all about traveling, like when him and I traveled, and it was also about the dog that we used to have. So it's all like videos of him when we were like traveling across the country, and he's running through the mountains, and it's cute. It turned out really good. It made him cry, which is great.
Yeah, because I don't remember what phase we're in New Hampshire, but things are opening up, and restaurants, indoor seating is happening now.
Yeah.
At half capacity.
Only half capacity here on the seacoast. It's full capacity.
Full capacity
for the rest of the state. Yeah.
Yeah, it differs per county.
I know. It seems a little rushed to me.
I don't want to eat outside.
But like we said last week, Billy used the term canaries. There's a lot of people willingly flying into the coal mines, and they're going to let us know.
Yeah, I'll be up here outside of the mine.
I'm way outside of the mine here. That's right.
Yeah, same.
Y'all fly right in. I'm good with all of that.
I'm totally good right here.
So we have a thing we're supposed to do on Friday. Next coming Friday, recording for a local TV station, and it's the studio we record at, and it would be the first time we all play together, because they're doing some sort of series, and they want 3 songs, I think it was.
First time since
we have concerns just getting together as us, let alone playing and
let alone inside in a studio with not all like a non-ventilated place.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
So we're like, because you guys are together in a obviously you're in your own little cell.
You have your social bubble includes each other.
Yeah.
So in terms of performing, you could perform next to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because you are already in your own circle. For us, that's a little different.
Our bass player lives by himself too, so pretty early on in the pandemic, we just kind of adopted him as being as though he lived with us, because it was like, what's
part of your cell?
4 people versus 5 people in the house.
Why not?
Yeah.
So it's
And he's also not putting anyone else at risk in his household.
Right.
It's just him.
Right.
exactly. It's just him and his dog. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
Tomer has come over.
So we've done a little bit and practicing him, but it's tricky.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I mean, Tomer and I have played on the porch here. We play at least once a week right here.
Yeah, just about. Still like 6 feet apart.
Right. We can't share joints anymore, which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really has killed the entire the whole pot culture is about puff puff pass.
It's all about sharing. Yeah. Yeah, no,
gone.
this is definitely.
You just have to. Everybody rolls their own joint.
Yeah.
Roll your own sort of takes on a whole new level.
But it just changes that culture of sharing.
BYOW, baby.
Yeah,
Getting baked together.
Community is
sharing,
a little bit gone.
Sacrament together.
For sure. Yeah. That's what it's all about.
I would never work as a Catholic either.
I by myself anyway, but
Yeah.
BYOW sounds like a Batman sound effect.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
That's good.
So let's play another song. How about that? Let's play this other video. I love this song.
You got anything to say about this one before we do it?
Yeah, this is from the Bridge City Sessions. We watched a few of their videos. The people that create these videos, they've made a few with some other bands that we've known that have been, in the similar scenes as us. There's a lot of Portland punk kids who were doing work with them, and we saw their videos and we're like, this is fantastic work. And so we went and we just went down there, and this is our first kind of well put together video. Everything else has been just somebody's capture of what we're doing on stage, or everything else before this was, in my opinion, pretty mediocre. But I was really stoked with the way that this came out, and we went down there with a lot of intention. We all dressed up the same, and we did multiple takes on each song just to make sure that we got a good one. There's multiple cameras. The song itself,
some acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song itself is a little love song for the apocalypse. So
I love it.
I love about the apocalypse all the time, and now all of a sudden it's fitting.
Very fitting.
Very, very fitting.
All right. Rain comes down.
Listen to this one then.
sun is falling down, and the oceans will all go up into steam clouds. And I'll walk down to Atlantis with the 40 and the smoke. I'll sit down on the marble steps and catch the last show. Lots will crack like eggs, and the capitals will fry like eggs, and the clouds will grow lightning legs, and we won't be found till the rain comes down. Sometimes when I sit and sing to the night and no one else, I can hear the sidewalks laughing to themselves about the picture window puddles that will line the streets so soon, when the ghosts will all be wearing rubber boots. And as they dance and glass is splashing through the air, they'll see us and they'll help us disappear. And the hot wind will blow through us, and no, nothing will be wrong, as the world blows us a kiss and then it's gone. And the mountains will stand on their heads, and the earthquakes will refuse their meds, and tornadoes will jump on their beds, and we won't be found till the rain comes down. Parking lots will crack like eggs, and the capitals will fry like eggs, and the clouds will grow lightning legs, and we won't be found till the rain comes down.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So dope.
That's awesome.
That's like it's got a Peter Murphy meets Tom Waits meets Johnny Cash kind of vibe. It's
Did you
I don't know Peter Murphy, but I like the lyrics, you gents.
Bauhaus, a goth band from the 80s. Peter Murphy, he was a lead singer. He did his solo stuff. His solo stuff's on fucking real. Yeah.
So that wasn't just a video. That was like a video capture of a live recording process too, right? So because that was the performance that we heard on the track, not a video synced to a previously recorded track, right? Yeah, it sounded great.
That was all live audio, all live video.
Yeah.
How many takes did you do? Did you do one or two?
I think we did 3, maybe 2 for that one, because we played that song a lot.
Yeah.
That's how
most of the songs we did. I think we did 2 takes for all the songs. I think it was every song we took 2 takes.
Yeah, but they had very high quality gear. They had like good mics on all of us.
Well, clearly it sounds
as well as like cameras. So like every take took in a lot of footage.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it was too plenty.
And that was just one take, or was that spliced together from multiple takes?
It was just one take.
Yeah.
We didn't do any splicing.
Okay.
Well, it's one audio take, but I think they took visual from both.
That's probably
that makes sense.
Just to get
that's pretty
all
standard.
That's
They did it with that with us too.
Yeah, our first record is this iteration of the band is comes from a production of William Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus, and I wrote a bunch of songs for it, and we used a bunch of traditional songs and staged it, with all the blood and the gore and all that. And towards the end of the run, like fourth week, I think, we went into the studio Saturday morning, played each song twice, and then did an 8 o'clock show, and had same thing, had the local cable access came in and shot the whole thing, and capturing that live feel is really hard to do.
Yes.
And I feel like
Totally.
that way, especially a string band, capturing that live sound is capturing the air moving in the room. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
it's definitely a skill.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sounds so good. Sounds
Yeah.
so
That
good.
sounded so good. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that production crew, like they usually work with punk and metal bands, so I think they're used to getting that
Even better.
level of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
even
like
better.
their goal is to pull like that energy out of the band, even though there's only 3 people in the room,
Sure.
Yeah.
which is crazy. So yeah, I think it was coming from that it's probably easier to work with like string band type music than metal. And
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, sure. That's hard.
But,
That's really hard to
it was
capture
an
because it's so
interesting
fucking,
process too, 'cause when we showed up, like first thing, it was in this warehouse in a really industrial part of Portland. So we were like, at first we were like, I think we're in the right place.
Portland,
I don't
Oregon.
know.
That is for all you East Coasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like they were, sitting in the control room, just like doing dabs. And we're like, who knows how this is gonna go? And sure enough, like they're pro. They took like four hits on their dabs, and they're just like getting everything set up and like good to go. And we're just like,
well, bonus then, yeah.
Yes,
but yeah, everything works out perfectly.
They're professionals, is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And we
sure,
hope
this is
to, and we hope to get to see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
play a
We'll
show
definitely
together.
be making our way over the East Coast as soon as we can, because we got some dear friends we were hoping to see this spring that, with the whole nonsense coming through, it didn't work. So it'll be very high on our list of priorities once we're able to.
Yeah, as soon as traveling is not deeply frowned upon.
Yes.
Right. Well, look
Yeah,
at
touring is different from, just playing a one-off gig at a club that and like,
Yeah.
I mean, if there's any way to be effective,
that's it. Yeah.
Well, look us up when you
rough.
guys get out here, will you? Let's play a
Yeah,
show
for
sure.
together.
Yeah,
Play
and,
a show.
unless it's next month, in which case stay the fuck away.
Fuck off.
No,
Totally.
not next month.
Yeah.
Don't come to Massachusetts right now, anyways.
Yeah.
No
I
canaries
wanna go to
here.
Massachusetts.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, I want to thank.
We'll post on that Facebook event for the festival we were talking about. And,
Oh, please do. Yeah.
and-
And post best intentions too.
Yeah.
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 Hell yeah.
All right. Thanks, Hot Damn
Thanks for having
Scandal. Yeah, you guys are great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
them
you
out.
so much. Check them out. We'll let this.
So that,
We'll vamp for a minute while this rolls. So that
Yeah.
everybody can see. what's
Yeah.
happening out
Vamping.
there.
We're vamping. HotDamnScandal.com. Check them out.
Hold the G.
They have a Venmo too. So
We got Venmo. Wait, here it comes. Here it is. Yeah, this is what we do, guys.
This is what
sorry.
we do.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not sorry.
It's a bandemic.
We're, it's a bandemic, man. What
It's
are
a
you gonna do?
bandemic. Cool. Thanks for coming.
All right.
See you, everybody.
Love you.